Samsung Galaxy J5 is definitely some of the best value for the money smartphone from Samsung, priced at just 12,000 rupees. Talking about the specs, it sports a 5-inch 720p Super AMOLED display, 1.2 GHz quad-core Snapdragon 14 chipset, 1.5 GB of RAM, 8 GB of internal memory, expandable up to 128 GB, 13 megapixel primary camera, 5 megapixel secondary camera, and 2600 mAh battery. Coming to the design aspect, the Galaxy J5 has got the same conventional design with the curved edges and the plastic build with silver lining around the sides. On the front panel, it sports a 5-inch 720p display, and on the top a 5 megapixel camera, LED flash and an earpiece, while the two capacitive buttons and the hotkey is placed on the bottom. The lock and low key is placed on the right hand side, while the volume rockers on the left, which might be difficult to reach out sometimes, but that's how it is. The voice reception mic, USB 2.0 and 3.5mm audio port are provided at the bottom, while the top panel is completely blank. The back panel is provided with matte finish and houses 13 megapixel primary camera with LED flash and speaker grill. Under the back cover, we could find two SIM card slots which can support micro SIM and the SD card slot which can be expanded up to 128 GB. So guys, that's pretty much about the design aspect of the Samsung Galaxy J5, and now let's move on to the full review of the device. And the first thing I would like to say is the display quality. It is having a 5-inch 720p Super AMOLED display, and it looks really great. There is no visible pixelization in the display, and I must say the display quality is the most important feature of the device. It is having Super AMOLED display, so the brightness is excellent. I have compared it with Asus Zenfone 2 and the Moto G3, and it was much better than both those devices. So the display quality is the first thing. So let's unlock the device and go into the OS. So you could see this is the UI, the Samsung UI. Nothing much new in here. Let me just go into the settings and see what are the OS versions that they're using. So you could see it's having Android 5.1.1. that means Lollipop. So that's great. So let's go into dialer, and as you could see, this is the dialer, and it does support video calling directly from the dialer, so you don't need to install any other application for that. So let's go into messaging and check whether it does support SwiftKey. So yeah, it does support SwiftKey, and so that's nice. So let's go back and go to the drop down menu. As you can see, they have provided the notification here, and you have the brightness adjustments here, but they have not provided an option for auto brightness settings. So that means the device doesn't have the ambient light sensor, but they have provided outdoor switch here, which you enable, the brightness will be boosted instantly. So if you're using the device in outdoor condition, you can enable that, but there is no option for auto brightness settings, so that's a little disappointing. Now coming to the toggling bars, you could see a lot of toggling icons are here. You can also edit it, and you can add whatever you want. So if you want do not disturb mode, you can just click and drag it, and you can place it here, so that that will be available on the toggle bar. So that's pretty much about the editing. So let's go back into settings and check out other features they have provided. As you could see, they have also provided theme support, so you can actually download and install more themes according to your personalization. So you can personalize your device. So let's go into the application and check out the amount of RAM available. So you could see actually the device actually comes with 1.5 GB of RAM, and you will get about 600 MB of RAM free. That's not bad for a device with such a customized UI. So it is quite good. So let's check out whether the device support moving of apps in memory card. So you can see the device does support moving of apps in memory card, so that's also nice. Let's go back and let's go into the battery. As you could see, the battery, they have provided the power saving mode and the ultra power saving mode. If you enable the ultra power saving mode, the whole UI of the device will be changed, and you will be limited to a number of applications, and you can also add some of the application you want, and that will be what you're getting, and you will be disconnected by Wi-Fi and everything, so that you will be getting a much better battery backup. So if you want, you can enable this function. So let me just disable that. Yeah, let's go into the storage, and you can see the device comes with 8 GB of internal memory, and you will get about 4.12 GB free, and it is completely unified. You don't have any other partition, so you will be getting, you can completely utilize this much of amount of internal memory. And the great news is that you can actually expand up to 128 GB with micro SD card. It is totally unparalleled in this price range, and that's really awesome. So that is pretty much about the settings. Let's go back and let's go into the multimedia performance of the device. So let me just go into the gallery, and let me just take our test image. So you could see this is an image that I have, and you could see the display quality, as I've already pointed out, is the most important feature of the device. You could see there is a very nice colorful display, and the black is perfect black. There is no lighting on that particular area, so that gives a very deep black color in there. So that's the biggest advantage of having an AMOLED display. And if you could see, its responsiveness is very fast. There is no lag or no delay in the case of zooming, so the performance is really nice. And if you just check out the viewing angles, you could see it's very wide viewing angles. Obviously it's having an AMOLED display, so there won't be any issues with the viewing angles. So the display quality is really good. So let's check out the 720p and 1080p video playback. So this is actually a 720p video, and let me just play it for you. So you can see, so the sound is quite loud. It's not that low. You could see it's instant. There is no lag, no delay in buffering, and there is not much muffling also. So the sound is not getting muffled when you place the device on any surface. But they have placed this the volume control on the left hand side, which is a little inconvenient for me. Overall the video playback is totally smooth. There is no issues. So let's go into 1080p video playback. So this is actually 1080p video, and let me just skip through it and show you how fast it is. So you can see it's very instant. There is no lag. So the 1080p and 720p video playback is very smooth on this device, and you won't be facing any issues in that. So let's go back, and I have also got a 4K video here, but the device can't play 4K video. It only can handle 720p and 1080p. Obviously it's only having the Snapdragon 14 chipset, so you can't really expect, but I was just testing it, that's all. So that's it. Let's go back, and now let's go into the camera performance, which is another important scenario of a smartphone. So let me just go into the camera, and I must say the camera UI is very customized. It's not stock Android. They have provided some customizations here, but they have not provided any option for HDR, which is little disappointing. So I have searched the whole UI, but they have not provided any function for HDR mode. You have the auto mode, pro mode, panorama mode, continuous shot mode, sound and shot mode, and smooth mode. So pro mode, you will be able to edit each and every aspect like ISO and every aspect of the device. And in the panorama mode, you can just take panoramas. And continuous shot mode, you can take multiple shots. And sport mode, you can actually take much faster than normal capturing speed. And I must say the responsiveness of the camera is really great. As you can see, it does support touch focus, and it does also face detection is also supported in this device. So let me just take a snap here. As you can see how fast the capturing is. It doesn't take much time. You can see the image quality was really great, and we'll be doing a detailed comparison of the camera quality of the J5 compared to Moto G3, and we'll be doing also comparison with Zenfone 2. So make sure you stay subscribed to our channel. Let's go into the other features in the camera UI. Let's go into the video recording. So as you can see, the device does support a 1080p video recording, and you can also touch focus during recording, so that's also nice. And you can also capture images, so simultaneous video and image capturing is there. So let's stop it. So let me just show you the sample images taken from this camera. So these are some of the images that I've captured, and I must say the image quality was really great. You could see the color variations are there. Even in extreme zooming, the images were really great. There is no issues, there is no pixelization even in the extreme zooming. So we'll be doing a comparison between the Moto G3 and J5, so make sure you stay subscribed to our channel. Let's go into the front camera and let's see what are the features in there. And you can see this is the front camera, and it doesn't support a touch focus, so you can't really touch focus on this device. It does support face detection, but it doesn't support a touch focus, that's it. So let's go into the video recording. So let me just yeah, you could see it is a recording video, and let me just stop it, and let's see what is the resolution of that video. So you see you can actually take 1080p videos from the front camera, so that's also nice. So we have a 1080p video recording on the back camera as well as the front camera. So let me just turn on this light here. So you can see this is the front LED light they have provided. It's not like flash, it is just a light which you can turn on if you want. So that's it. So that's pretty much about the camera, and we'll be doing a complete camera review of the device separately, and a comparison video on the Moto G3. So make sure you stay subscribed to our channel. And now let's go into the browsing performance of the device. So let me just go into Internet Explorer, and this is our website, and okay, now it's loading up. As you could see, they have the important contents are already loaded. As you could see, the contents, the text, everything has been loaded. So let me just spin zoom this page. You could see it's very smooth, very responsive. There is no lag in the browsing. So I must say the browsing experience is also great. And you could see the slideshow that provided on our website is little heavy, and a lot of devices struggle to make this slideshow as smooth as possible. But you could see this image can handle that slideshow very well. So the browsing performance of the device is really nice. So that's it. So let's close this, and now let's move on to the performance aspect of the device. So let me just go into the benchmarking of the device. So let us go into the Antutu benchmark first. So we have already done the benchmarking, and I'll be showing you the scores obtained. So you could see 21,456 is the score obtained from the benchmark, and it's not a high score, but it's a normal score for a Snapdragon 410 chipset. The performance won't be that high, but you can still play the games quite smoothly. So let's do the screen test, and let me just go into the multi-touch tester. So you could see it only supports 2-finger. So it doesn't support any more fingers, so it is only 2-finger touch, which is a little disappointing considering the price. It is 12,000 rupees phone, so at least they should be providing a 5-point touch, but it's only 2-point. So that's it. Let's go back and check out the Nina 2 scores. And normally every Snapdragon 410 chipset gets 54.5 PS, so the same is here. So let's go back and let's go into the CPU cell, which is a very detailed processor and sensor benchmark. As you could see, it's having a Snapdragon 410 chipset with Adreno 306 GPU, and we have the, let's go into sensors. You could see the device only has accelerometer and proximity. There is no magnetic sensor, there is no gyro sensor, and there is no ambient light sensor, so which is a little disappointing. So you won't be able to use VR headsets on this device because it is not having a magnetic sensor or gyro sensor. So that's it. So guys, we have already seen almost every aspect of the device, like the performance, the multimedia performance, the benchmark, the basic sensors, and now it's time to answer the regular question. And the first question is that whether this device support notification LED. So let me just show you that. You could see connected the charger to the device, and you could see it doesn't support notification LED. And second question is that whether this device support LED backlit capacitive buttons, and you could see it doesn't support LED backlit. They're reflective buttons. So that's it. And the third question is that whether this device support video calling directly from the dialer, and we have already seen the device does support video calling directly from the dialer. And the fourth question is that whether this device supports Swift key, and we have already seen the device does support Swift key. And the fifth question is that whether this device support OTG connectivity. So let me just show you that. So I have connected the OTG cable here, and let me just go into the file. You could see it actually opens up, and this is what I have in the pen drive. So it does support OTG connectivity. As you can see, the USB storage, which is the pen drive. So that's it. And the sixth question is that whether this device support video recording in 1080p. Yes, this device support video recording 1080p in both primary and secondary cameras. And the final question is that whether this device support moving of apps into memory card. And we have already seen the device does support moving of apps in memory card, but let me show you that. You could see it does support moving of apps in memory card. So that's it about the regular questions. Now coming to the pros and cons of the device. The first positive thing is the 4G connectivity, of course. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the display quality. I have already said the device has got 5-inch Super AMOLED display, and display quality is really great. There is no pixelization, so the display quality is the second positive thing. Third thing is the performance. As we have seen, it has got a very decent performance for the price. It has got very nice benchmark scores, very good multimedia performance. So the performance is the third positive thing. And the fourth positive thing is the camera. We have already seen the camera performance of the device was really great. It does support touch focus, autofocus, and every functionality, and it can record 1080p video recording, and it was very fast in capturing images. So the camera performance is the fourth positive thing. And the fifth thing is the SD card expansion. It can support up to 128 GB of expansion, so that's really great. And the sixth thing is that it can support OTG connectivity, so that's the sixth positive thing. And the last and final positive thing of the device is the battery backup. We have tested 15 minutes of video playback in full brightness settings and full sound, and it just dropped about 1%, while the Honor 4C or the Moto G3 all dropped about 3%, but this device only dropped about 1% of battery, while the 15 minutes of camera usage dropped about 5% of battery, while the Moto G3 actually dropped about 7%. So compared to that, it is quite good in the case of battery backup. And so that's the final positive thing. And now coming to the cons, the first con is that the device doesn't have any Gorilla Glass 3 protection, so that's the first con. And second thing is that the device doesn't have notification LED. The third negative thing is that it only supports up to 2-finger touch input, which is a little disappointing because comparing the price range at which it's offered, they should have provided at least a 5-point touch. So that is a little disappointing. And the last and final negative thing is about the sensors. It doesn't have gyro sensor, magnetic sensor and light sensor. So which should be provided because nowadays the VR applications are increasing. So which might be an issue. So that is the last final negative thing I would like to say. So that's it, and with that we come to the end of this review. And if you have any more questions, you can just comment it below. And thanks for watching this video, and if you like this video, please hit like and stay subscribed. Thank you.